Yo, welcome back, guys. It is Thursday today, October 16th, 2025. Today was a pretty difficult day, at least for me personally. I know some people smacked, but really just nothing was super obvious to me. And the trade I did take, I liked. But yeah, anyways. So coming into today, we didn't have any news. They did move it again, so that's nice. But I did notice we had a little bit of a data wick from what news they did leave. There was supposed to be red folder, but they moved that. But they left this, and actually, surprisingly, it did leave a data wick. So with data wicks, always I like to use them as my draw and typically my take profits. So I would have scaled here, but we'll get into that in a second. Coming into the day, I wish I could kind of like replay on Top Step, but whatever. Coming into the day, I'm just gonna lock this so I don't click any buttons on accident. Coming into the day, where were we? Here, yeah. So this was our 4-hour candle right here. And I saw we had this buy side liquidity left, as well as where was it? We kind of had low resistance liquidity down here, as well as right here, which has now been ran through. So both my targets were, I guess, hit, you could say. But coming into the day, I wanted to see something maybe on the 5-minute that would sweep this buy side, since we are already closest to it, just so I could still use my still potentially use data wicks as my target. And that's exactly what happened. So we swept this this buy side here in this 15-minute again. God, my eye is so itchy. And so once I saw that happen, I wanted to kind of drop down. I mean, I always flip between the 5 and the 1 minute. But once this got hit, I was like, okay, now there's not really any sort of like buy side I could see us going towards right away. So I thought this was a relatively safe trade. So what I did was I waited. We did have an inverse up here, but it was honestly just a little bit. I mean, it would have been a better entry, and I probably would have taken a profit right here. But this size of a fair value gap with this size of a candle, I didn't want to enter here and then have like some weird like retracement back all the way up here, and like, I don't know, I would have had to have more risk. At least that was my way of thinking, because there was a lot more. Like, if we did want to retrace, it would have had to retrace all the way up here. So it would have looked something like this. I would have had to risk roughly this amount. I mean, it's a 1-to-1. It's fine, but I don't know. I just like this take more. Stop loss above the halfway point of this wick here. And kind of hoping that this new gap that it created would be used as a breakaway this 1 minute here. So yeah, I took my entry though. Let me move this back. Took my entry about here, once the first presented got inverse, because that's really what I wanted to see get inverse, because you never know, like we could just have like a crazy manipulation leg down to first presented and then continue higher for whatever reason. So this was my kind of confirmation that, okay, we are on the bearish side of the market now, and we're looking for a sell side. So that was kind of my thinking going into this. A problem that occurred though is ES was just, I mean, the pairs were just not synced today. ES had already swept this buy side a while ago, but to my advantage, there was an SMT at this high right here with these, and I had it marked out right here, but I just didn't move it over there. So we had an SMT at the highs as well, another just added confluence cherry on the top type of thing. And yeah, from there it was pretty simple. I mean, I just wanted to see data lows and these equal lows get taken out. My break even here was here. And yeah, I mean, I to me this was maybe like an A setup, just because like the fair value gap we inversed wasn't necessarily like the best one. Like this 2 minute looked pretty good actually, but I don't know. I still wanted to see it first presented get inverse first before I entered, so that's why I waited just a minute longer. But yeah, these relative equal lows were super high draw for me, super high confidence target. We had pretty much done everything. We had what do you call this, fake Judas, and then swept the buy side, had an SMT. We were in a higher time frame PD array, A plus confluence is right there, and we had our entry off of first presented, and then from there it was just trust the model and enter. So that's what I did, but unfortunately it was a break-even trade. I took this on 2 minis, trying to size back up, and just kind of accept risk, especially since I have a little bit of a buffer now from the past couple days. I'm willing to risk a little bit more to make a little bit more. But yeah, that is the trade I took. I know some people took, what did they take? Was it a 30-second? I think some people took this 30-second up here, like this, which was also pretty good. I try not to use a 30-second though, as much as I can. But this trade was also pretty nice, and you probably could have taken profits using this, so that's super cool. What else? I saw some people take this long. There was like an SMT down here at the data low or something like that. Yeah, SMT at the data low. And I think we were bouncing out of a 5 minute. Yeah, it would have been bouncing out of a 5 minute here, as well as a 15-minute order block, I think. But yeah, some people took a long like this. Again, this was obviously, it worked for them, but for me, just not the way I was looking. I was just pretty bearish. So yeah, that's really all I got. In terms of the rest of the day, I mean, obviously we came up, swept the buy side again. We did generate pretty decent buy side, so it makes sense. And then I'm surprised we still haven't tapped in this 1 hour. Just kind of floating around in this weird range. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, no, not really. I mean, it just looks like once we finally broke through, I guess, all the buy side we needed, then we decided to finally go short. Oops. I mean, there's a lot of really nice liquidity here, at least on NQ. So, makes sense. And now we are kind of just generating more liquidity. Yeah, I'm just hoping that the pairs can get a little bit more in sync. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, it looks like we're pretty in sync now, so that's nice. But going into tomorrow, let's see what we got. Ooh, not much. So tomorrow most likely will be a no trade day, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna be on the charts looking, trying to find something, but I don't know. Trying to work on my discretion and being more patient. And just if there's nothing there that's like super light bulb to me, I'm really trying to hone in on that. Like if I doubt it, like not doubt myself, because I doubt myself in terms of like trusting myself is a tough thing to do on the chart sometimes, but trusting my model and like trusting the mechanical, I guess, statistics of my model are something I'm trying to get better at, and but also pairing that with discretion. Like you can probably find a way to convince yourself that there's like 3 or 4 or 5 A plus setups in just in this range, but do you really want to be taking those? That's up to your discretion. So that's what I'm working on, fine tuning. So yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about. Pretty, I mean, not simple day, but just a really tough opening range. I mean, if we just look at the 5 minute, this is just fucking this is a nightmare. So yeah. I'm happy that we even got away unscathed today. So anyways, I think that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow. And if you're not already, I do have a free Discord server, link in the description, or link in my bio actually. And it's pretty chill. It's me. Right now there's a couple guys in there chopping it up. Pretty laid back server, so I'm not like signaling or anything, but just fun to have a little bit of a community. So if you are looking for somewhere to kind of talk about trading or whatever it may be, feel free to join. We'd be happy to have you there. So anyways, guys, I think that's all I have. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.